Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to do the instant match reaction of Arsenal 3, West Brom 1, where the Gunners won finally at home after 6 games, and we're going to talk about the highlights of the match and what went on and my point of view. So the first highlight of the match is we're going to go straight into Emil Smith-Rowe's goal, where Smith-Rowe gets the breakthrough and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Emil Smith-Rowe puts the Gunners in front with a fine finish from close range. Bukayo Saka causes havoc down the left flank and clips a perfect cross into the middle. Emil Smith-Rowe times his run to perfection and thumps a left-footed strike past Sam Johnston. And you're probably wondering at this moment in time, why didn't Mikel play Bukayo Saka in that left-back position? Because he pretty much replicates what Kieran Tierney does in that left-back position. But Mikel didn't do that, and I think that was a huge mistake by Mikel. He went with a left-footed player to play in that left-back position in the form of Granit Xhaka, but every Arsenal fan knew, why did he not go for Bukayo Saka in the left-back position? And that question is still going to remain. But even though West Brom had a very good pressure from the first minutes, you can clearly see that Arsenal had the talent, and Emil Smith-Rowe gets the first goal for the Gunners. And then this nicely takes us on to the second highlight, where Pepe scores a stunner, and it's 2-0 to Arsenal. The Gunners double their lead as Pepe rockets a strike into the top left corner. The Frenchman collects an offload from Chambers on the right flank and is afforded space and time to cut inside on his left foot, and he connects superbly with his effort, and the ball soars past Johnston into the back of the net, a superb goal. And if you guys realise the fact that his position, when he's close to that goal, when he gets onto that left foot position, you know he's going to take a shot from that range. That's his trademark shots, like with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he does it on the right hand side, and Nicolas Pepe does it on the left hand side. And even Freddie Ljungberg, even in the game against Villarreal before the match, he was talking about the fact that Nicolas Pepe has that trademark shot, and he clearly saw it once again. He gave the guy space and he shot it for you. And you can clearly see that he's someone that is growing in confidence every single game, and that's important because Mikel Arteta is backing him. And this is how much pretty much the first half ended, when Arsenal had a few chances. West Brom still put a little bit of pressure, but also hold a 2-0 lead over West Brom at the break in the Premier League clash. The Baggies made a bright start but went behind when Emil Smith-Rowe converted Bukayo Saka's cross for his first Premier League goal for the Gunners. Nicolas Pepe doubled the advantage with the rocket into the top left corner from 20 yards, and as it stands at that moment in time in the half time, it looks like the Baggies are heading back to the Championship, and we all know from the result that they are moving to the Championship, a first time for Sam Allardyce to be relegated with the club. And it's a huge letdown for West Brom if they went and stuck with their previous manager, or if they should have sacked him earlier and brought in Sam Allardyce from the first Premier League game, and had a major shift if they didn't believe in their previous manager and went with Sam Allardyce from the start. But then it goes to something that is a little bit of bad for Mikel Arteta's side, because there was a lot of pressure from West Brom, because you clearly see that the players, Sam Allardyce definitely had a nice shout at these boys, and you can clearly see that they were like 5 or 10 minutes ahead, waiting at the Emirates Stadium. But the Arsenal players came at the usual time, but they were already early and ready to go firing, and they put a lot of pressure from the first half. And you can clearly see it was a brilliant goal by Matheus Pereira. He produces a great solo run and a goal, and it's 2-1. The Baggies are back in the game as the Brazilian runs the length of the pitch before finding the back of the nets. Matheus Pereira takes control in the middle of the park and runs the Arsenal defence. The Gunners back off, and Pereira needs no invitation to shoot, placing his effort past Leno with the aid of the right post. And you can clearly see that Arsenal's defence needs a massive overhaul, because these players are fending off while they should try and block the shot, come forward, prevent the guy from taking the shot, but they didn't. But then, as a surprise, Willian gets his first goal for Arsenal, and what a wrong time to get your goal. I expected your goals to come maybe in the game versus Villarreal, when Mikel Arteta still put the faith, even though how bad he had as a season, to put Willian, and he scores today. But it was a nice free kick because it was a super effort, and it's 3-1 to Arsenal. The Brazilian gets off the mark for the Gunners with a sublime strike from a free kick. Willian arcs his effort over the ball and it soars away from Johnston into the top left corner. Arsenal on their way to the 3 points this evening, and they pretty much get it because I felt very lucky as an Arsenal fan because I thought Arsenal were shocking in the second half. West Brom were putting a lot of pressure, but somehow Willian, he is a trademark when it comes to free kicks. We know he has the ability in a dead ball spot, and you can clearly see he does it one more time, and he saves pretty much Arsenal's match today. And if there's any chance for a late push for European football, which I seem likely is what I see, but to finish it off pretty much in the first 90 minutes, what happened really, you can clearly see that West Brom is relegated. In terms of Arsenal, they secure a 3-1 victory over West Brom in the Premier League clash this evening. The result relegates the Baggies from the top flight after only one season. Sam Allardyce loses his record of having never been relegated from the Premier League. Goals from Emil Smith-Rowe and nicolas Pepe put the home side ahead at the break. However, Matheus Pereira notched a fine strike with a mazy run to give the visitors hope. However, Willian ended West Brom's survival bid with a brilliant free kick to score his first Arsenal goal. And that's what pretty much happened for Arsenal. I thought it was a comfortable beginning to the game. A little bit of shakiness knowing Arsenal, you can win 2-0, but you have to be scared as an Arsenal fan because you know that any team can come back against Arsenal. And in terms of Mikel Arteta, he's probably thinking, where was this? Why did I not play Bukayo Saka in that left-back position before? And that was a huge mistake in terms of Mikel Arteta's tactics, because you can clearly see this guy has the talent. He had that poor game on that right-hand side of the attack versus Villarreal, but he is not so inconsistent. That's just 1 in 10 games he might do that, or 1 in 20 games he might do that. But the players need to back Mikel Arteta now because he's backing them. He has a massive shift to make with the squad, in my opinion. You can see Willian scored a goal today, but does he deserve to be in the Arsenal squad next season? For me, definitely not. It looks like he might make a move to the MLS, hopefully. And there's other players there that looking like fringe players like El Neni. Will they still remain at the Gunners? He's talking about this ruthlessness in every press conference right now. So let's see what happens. But other than that, guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.